guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm in the middle of Tampa, Florida, and guess what? We have it. This is the refresh, updated 2021 Volkswagen Atlas SEL trim with the R-Line package. But before we dive into this mid-size 3-row SUV from Volkswagen, let's talk about what's going on here. So the mid-size 3-row segment of the auto industry is on fire right now, especially because of two new entries, one from Hyundai, one from Kia, the Telluride and the Palisade being automatic hot sellers. Volkswagen, they're not sitting waiting for things to happen. They want to bring some of that change themselves. So what they did was they took their Atlas and they brought some refresh for 2021. And I think you're going to like that. It's not just an exterior thing, but also some interior bits are going on, especially the one that we have with the R-Line package. Now, of course, Volkswagen has their Atlas Cross Sport, a little bit smaller, one less row, but if you're still wanting the 3-row and you want a little bit more sporty look to it, I think this Atlas might be the one for you. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this refresh 2021 Atlas and see, is it the mid-size SUV you should be parking in your garage? Right off the bat, I love the very clean German styling on the Atlas. Now, when we start up at the headlight housing, you're gonna notice we have our LED daytime running lamps. You're gonna be getting LED headlights on every single trim. So SE, SEL, the whole gambit, you're getting LED lighting for headlights, your daytime running lamps. As we kind of drop down, you'll see that we have the chrome. I always love how Volkswagen takes the chrome from the grille and they drag it and bring it into the actual headlight housing, both on the outside and the interior as well. We keep working our way down. This is all new for 2021. You can see the sportier body line, a little bit more angular body line going on. This refreshed area looking really clean. So I like the horizontal bars, but I'm also liking that it's a functional side air curtain, and I think it's super smart the way they took just a little bit of chrome. On this Atlas, it seems that they sprinkled chrome in the perfect places to really just make it pop nicely, especially with this dark blue that we have. Now, as we come across the refresh grille, you got your updated R-Line badge there, very tastefully done. We have horizontal chrome strips. This is the new updated Volkswagen logo, new font. Even the way they did the grille design, I'm liking it. You have some flat black and just a little bit of gloss black on each of these little parts. The one thing I'm trying to figure out is, why did they make the forward-facing camera stick out so far? Now, I'm sure that's to give you a little bit better angle, but I wish there was a better way to kind of mount that, because it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb and not in a good way. As we work our way down, the gloss black, everything horizontal, super clean, super functional. Plus, I like the way they have the body color matching front lip spoiler down here, just to give it a nice little extra touch. But I think you would agree with me, especially on our R-Line package, it does look sportier, and I think that's a big plus. Now, when we get up onto the hood, love the way they just do simple vertical rises. Everything going towards the windshield really gives it a nice style to it that looks very, very muscular, but not going too over the top. Now, as we come around the bend on our SEL with the R-Line package, check out the updated wheels. So that's a 21-inch wheel, machined aluminum, gunmetal gray. I love the multi-spoke design. 265 on the width, which is awesome. And then if you're wondering, well, what's the size of the sidewall? It's a 45 series sidewall, plenty of space between the top of the tire inside the fender. And I think that on our Atlas, it's looking just fine with having a little bit of flat black ABS. Kind of gives it that rugged SUV look. I'm not minding it on this particular one. Now, one of my favorite body lines, there's actually 4 of them because there's 4 corners of the car, is that you have the body line that comes up from the front fascia into the fender. Very, very hard body line, and I love it because it gives it a lot of depth to the side of the car. Flows down nicely, waterfalls into the badging, your R-Line badging. Just enough chrome. Remember how I told you about that at the beginning? Just enough chrome splattered on this vehicle to make it pop. The R-Line badge is nice. You have your color match mirror caps, and then you're gonna have these nice rise. I'm glad they didn't just do a flush roof rail. You have a nice raised up roof rail there, bright silver. You get your crossbars, you can put your canoe up there, you can put your kayak, your mountain bikes. Some shiny bright work around the top and bottom of the window trim. color matched on the door handles, which is smart because if you look, you have a nice thin strip of chrome along the bottom, and I'm really digging the way the lower sill just wraps under, all painted. Keep working our way back. There's that other byline. You can see the belt line comes here, goes up, hard into the rear fender, and then comes and flows into your rear taillights. I like the way they flare out the trim on the quarter window. This one has 4Motion, so you're gonna get that all-wheel drive that's gonna stick you to the ground like glue. And then when we come out back, very simple. You have a black shark fin antenna up there. I wish that the roof spoiler extended just a little bit more to give it a little bit more sport, a little bit more style, but I'm telling you, they put their money in these taillights. They look absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Love the way they illuminate, great work. That chrome trim with our 4Motion badge, chrome trim goes all the way across, and what I like is the way they actually have the letters. These aren't emblems that stick on, it's actually built into the trim. That's a really nice touch. There's our updated, upgraded Volkswagen logo. And then as we work our way down, like I was saying, you have your 4Motion badge, very classy looking badge. You work your way down, and here's where there's gonna be a zonk. And I'm gonna take my hand and show you. Fake exhaust. Now, if those were real exhaust, they would look fabulous, but I don't know why they're putting fake exhaust. As you come across though, you got your full towing capability. I love the way the lower bumper kind of wraps underneath very nicely, but once again, your fake exhaust, but ours is the SEL with the V6. Love the lighting. That's probably my favorite thing out back, but why don't we pop the hood and check out that 6-cylinder engine. Guys, we got the hood popped. You have a massive hydraulic hood strut. Underneath that hood is gonna be that V6 engine. Look at how low it's mounted in the chassis. That's gonna help with handling. Now, what kind of power are we looking at? We're looking at a 3.6 liter V6. That's that VR6 engine from Volkswagen. It's pumping out 276 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The vehicle could tow 5,000 pounds, 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Quarter mile goes by in 15.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 115 miles an hour. But really like the way they give you the option of the smaller 4-cylinder, or you could go with the nice naturally aspirated V6. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to that interior, because guess what? There's some changes for 2021. All right, guys, we're inside the 2021 refreshed Atlas. I know you're at that point, you're like, Joe, I am looking for a mid-size 3-row SUV. I was automatically just gonna drive down to my Kia dealership and get a Telluride, but boy, oh boy, this Atlas, I'm liking the changes, especially with the R-Line trim. How much is this one? You're looking at MSRP, the way that ours is optioned at $51,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. On the top of the door panel, soft trim. You have the optional Fender premium audio sound system. I'm liking the flat silver, and even that design. It's not trying to look like carbon fiber, but it looks super clean. It's not just gloss black. Boy, oh boy, look at the back portion of the middle of the door panel. You have that wonderful white contrast stitching. The armrest is semi-soft. Down below though, you have a nice deep pocket. You could get a couple Whoppers down there and a bottle of Coca-Cola to wash it down, but very clean, and I like the upgrades in the stitching, and of course the Fender audio sound system. Now when you get to the dash is nicely far forward. You get soft touch material. The simulated stitching is nice. There's that material I was telling you about. Looks like faux carbon, but not really. I'm actually liking it. Look, it hides your fingerprints. The silver, everything flows nicely into our 8-inch infotainment system screen. So you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, of course. It's a touchscreen. And what's really great is you could go into your car settings and you could check out your range, all that good stuff. Really easy to do. And then of course you just, can go back to car. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? You got your nice gauges and whatnot, which is a nice extra touch. Vehicle status. We go back in our menu, go back to navigation. It's that easy. Now let me go ahead and put it in reverse. There's our backup camera. It would be nice at $51,000 to have a 360-degree camera. So that is a zonk, but definitely clear graphics on this infotainment system. Now, as we toggle down, you're gonna have heated seats, ventilated seats, which is a plus, dual climate control, easy to use, nice fast turning knobs. You keep dropping your way down, you're gonna have wireless charging, 2 USBs, an aux jack, and a 12 volt. And the great news is if you're not using the wireless charging, you can line up your Twinkies. You can put literally 5 Twinkies side by side. As you can see, the cup holders work. I'll get rid of that bottle so you can see your 2 cup holders. This is going to control that 8-speed automatic transmission. I like the silver, nice bright silver start-stop button. You got your drive mode selector knob, which I'm going to have Victor show the screen, and we're going to go through that again. So you're going to have your snow. I don't have to worry about that in Tampa, Florida. Maybe you might where you live. Sport, off-road, and off-road custom. So it's nice how easy it is to just spin the knob and get into the setting that you need. And you got some nice sporty graphics to play into everything. But that's that mode selector knob. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. And then semi-soft on the armrest. We open this up and you could literally put, I would say, I'd say about 10 king-size Snickers in there. Just line them up, maybe even 15 if you're feeling really risky that day. You do have a USB, which is great, but I'm telling you, there's tons of room here. I'm very, very impressed with the amount of room. You could take, if you like to collect models, like I love die-cast models, 1/18 scale Volkswagen Atlas can fit in there. That's to give you an idea how much room there is in that nice little storage bin underneath the center armrest. Seats, love them. Perforated. Look at how they brought some gray with the darker black. Of course, you're going to get full power assist for the passenger and the driver. And I'm telling you, this is soft, really great material. And then you got a massive panoramic sunroof with the lighter headliner. Kind of opens up everything in here, nice and airy. But why don't you come over to the business end, because guess what? I got a new steering wheel and some excitement in this Volkswagen Atlas. All right, guys, business time. On the driver's side, you have your seat controls with 3 memory seat settings, which is real easy to get to. Very nice. I like the brushed aluminum down on the lower sill. Even the pedals. If you notice, when you go R-Line, you're going to get aluminum throttle and brake and a super-size dead pedal, which is great for when you're resting on the highway or bracing yourself through some turns. Now, updated for 2021 is this new steering wheel, and I love what they did. You have the 2 different kinds of leather. This perforated kind and then the regular style leather, really nice and thick, flat bottom with the new R-Line badge, looking tasteful, looking sexy, liking the horn button, flat black on all the buttons. And then when you come to your virtual cockpit, you're gonna get that beautiful digital display. It's got a tachometer, you got your speedometer, and then you're gonna have LED bar line graphs that are gonna be for your coolant and your fuel. And then of course you could toggle in that center, you could toggle through a whole cornucopia of different information. You want gauges? We got gauges. It's nice. You want to see your lane keep assist and all the other safety features which this has? It's all in the new 2021 refreshed Atlas. Really, really like the way they have that set up. And then you can see just how much headroom I have in here. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom. Let's get to the mid-row and see how your passengers are gonna like this refreshed Atlas. All right, guys, mid-row time in this Atlas. And you know what? No matter where you sit, your passenger's gonna have plenty of headroom because of that nice flat roof. Now, you do have these manual sliding security shades. Keep the peepers and the creepers out of your business, out of whoever's sitting back here. Backs of the seats, leather all the way around. Good sized pocket. You could put your Slim Jims. You could put, maybe a Twizzler or 2. Maybe you go get Chinese food with the family. You could load these up with egg rolls. Just drop the egg rolls in there. 2 air vents. It's kind of low, but you know what? At least you have AC back here. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. And I'm going to zonk that at this price point, you should have ventilated mid-row. You drop your way down. You got 2 USBs and a home power source. And like I was saying, the amount of room that you have is great. And what's wonderful is that you could actually slide the seats. And they slide really well. So I'm getting a little leg work in today. I don't want to skip leg day. And then, of course, you have recline. So this is really where the Atlas shines in the mid-row, is because you have so much flexibility with how much room you have. Let me go ahead and bring this back up so I could show you. Armrests, I'm gonna zonk it because I wish it was a little bit more material. See how like my arm's here and it's close to the cup holder, which is hard plastic. Just a little bit wider would have been a home run, but I'm telling you, the seats look very, very sporty, very 21st century, and the leather is super great. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the third row and see if your passengers are gonna be happy back there. All right, guys, that third row, let's see how it goes. It's real simple. You pull up on this handle. I like how easy it is to do that. Slide the seat right out of the way. You got a good landing strip for your feet. hard plastic, so you're not gonna tear up the carpet, and you're just gonna climb on in. And as you can see, 6 foot tall Joe Rady, I got plenty of headroom. They actually carved some of the headliner out to give you even more space. I don't feel claustrophobic one bit. You do have rear AC vents. I got cup holders, massive popcorn holder. So if anybody's popping any Jiffy Pop, you can put all the popcorn here. My only zonk is there's no USB or USB-C. If I'm sitting in the third row, I want my phone to stay charged. Why does Jimmy, Johnny, and Susie, why do their phones get charged and mine don't? So that is a little disappointing, especially at this price point. But I'm telling you, if you look at my knees, they're not too high, which is great. And the seats are very, very comfortable. Well, why don't we go ahead, let's get to the cargo area and see how much space we have for our stuff in the refreshed Atlas. All right, guys, time to get into the cargo area. You press the button, nice electric assist, fast moving. Look at the amount of open space. I like the size of the opening. Now with those seats up, what are we talking about here? You're looking at 21 cubic feet of space with the third row up. You fold the third row down, that's gonna give you 55.5 cubic feet of space. You fold down that mid row, you're looking at 96.8 cubic feet of space. I love the little nooks and crannies that you can store things. So you have some nice storage here, some storage on the other side. We lift this up, you have a little bit more storage, which is great. And then to fold down the seats, it's actually easy peasy. You do have a 12 volt. So if you're gonna go camping or whatever, you could plug in whatever power that you need. You could use the 12 volt back here, but to put the seats up and down, real simple. You have a nice little strap here, you just fold them right down. It's as easy as that. So I like how simple that is to put the seats up, and then if you wanna put them back in the up position, now you can see how easy it is, and you put it down like that. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the best part. Since we got a V6, we have 4 motion, let's get this Atlas in motion and take it for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the Volkswagen Atlas, refresh for 2021. Kind of wanted to start the video here because one of the things I love about this Atlas is that even though it's a 3-row SUV, it doesn't feel large. You don't feel like you're in this big, massive vehicle that's gonna be hard to maneuver. And going down these city streets here, even though it's a little on the narrow side of the roads, I feel totally confident, totally comfortable. Love the placement of the infotainment system. I know we're getting bigger and bigger. It's like everybody wants 12 inches. I'm sure you've heard that your whole life, but having the 8-inch screen and having it right in the actual dash just cleans everything up. I know we've had bigger screens and a lot of those are iPad style or some form of iPad style. It's interesting how when you get behind the wheel of just a good 8-inch screen, it works really, really well. And I think that might be actually a selling feature, even though other brands give you a bigger screen just because of the placement. Everything is laid out perfectly. It's easy to get to. Having the digital cockpit is also a very nice touch, really brings it upscale. And those are some of those things you're not gonna find on the Telluride is a full digital display. On the Palisade, yes. Telluride, no. Not too much gloss black, which is great too. You just have a little bit on the actual center console area around the shifter, but everything else is pretty much a nice flat color, so you're not gonna get a lot of glare. But let's see how acceleration goes. On throttle, drops down, very smooth shifts from the 8-speed. And of course, with the 4 motion, you're not gonna have any drama. You're gonna be able to get that traction down. Obviously, it's front wheel drive bias. Once it feels slip, then it's gonna send power to the rear wheels. And of course, it's in a mechanical all-wheel drive system. There's an actual drive shaft that drives the rear wheels. So you're gonna get that sure footing with the 4 motion system, but plenty of space up here. That's another nice thing that I love about the Atlas is that you're not cramped in here. They don't have a very high center console area, so that kind of frees up the space. I like the height of the door panels, easy to rest your arm on. And this updated steering wheel, which is obviously the thing you're gonna be touching 100% of the time while you're driving, the thickness is nice, the leather feels really good, and you can tell that they put some thought into it, which is important because, like I said, this is what you're holding on to the whole time you're driving. All right, guys, let's see the acceleration on wet pavement from a dead stop. I'm just gonna go straight on throttle. No slipping whatsoever. I left everybody in the dust, so I win the prize. I win the trophy for the day. It's gonna be a great day now, even though it's raining, but I'm glad that it's raining because it could actually showcase the ability of the 4Motion all-wheel drive system from Volkswagen. I could tell from behind the wheel, you can feel just a little, you feel the front wheel slip just for a nanosecond, and then it kicks the power to the back. Very, very quiet. I think they've done something with the sound ending, maybe even the thickness of the glass, because it is very, very quiet in here, which I like. And all the finishes are really wonderful. It's just at this price point, there's a few things that I think need to happen, and they need to happen ASAP, and that's definitely ventilated seats for the mid-row needs to happen right away. But overall, I think the changes that they made are quite nice, and I think now, more than ever, would I buy one of these over one of the competitors, especially from the outside styling. Really, really digging it. All right, guys, here we go. Once again, on throttle. No slip, all grip, super smooth. I like the low down grunt you get in this Atlas with the V6. Not waiting for turbos or anything like that to spool up. Nice linear power delivery. Decent weight to the steering. I wish there was a little bit more weight to the steering, and I am in sport mode, so that's one thing I would like to have, just a little bit more weight in the steering. But other than that, I'm telling you, I have no need for a 3-row SUV, but this Atlas makes me want one. And I think that's where you know that you got a winner. But we're gonna get back to our location in the middle of Tampa Bay and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a great day in Tampa Bay with this 2021 Volkswagen Atlas. I definitely got to thank everybody over at Volkswagen for allowing Rady's Rides access to this press fleet vehicle. I'm really digging the changes that they made, especially on the interior and how this Atlas drives. Plenty of power, all-wheel drive, and I really think that if you're seriously looking for a mid-size 3-row SUV, you do not have an easy decision, and this needs to be near the top or at the top of your choices, and you definitely want to take one for a spin. But if it's mid-size 3-row SUVs you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click on the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. We have the new On Throttle t-shirts. We got to give it up to Victor, working that camera like a champ. He loves these days because he loves German cars. He actually has a German flag tattooed on his bicep. So if you ever see him in person, ask him to flex that bicep, and the flag actually waves. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Victor, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.